how does FDA assess complaint handling processes of a company? So, I'm not sure if you can see this from the back, but the word complaint has a regulatory meaning that's found in the first section of the Quality System Regulation 820, but it has a lot of meaning in common parlance also, and it may have different meaning within different regulatory agencies. So what are complaints? Inherently, complaints are just information. The pieces of information that come to the FDA, the pieces of information that come to you as manufacturers. That information can represent signals, or maybe not. We have the regulatory description I mentioned that you can find in the definition section of 820. And CDRH OC has its own internal description of what complaints are. So where does FDA, CDRH receive complaints from? We have trade complaints. We have manufacturers complaining about things that their competitors do. We have complaints from law firms, mostly things their clients refer to them that they're asking the counsel to bring to the attention of FDA. We have things that FDA internally generates. So information from within the organization, the Office of Device Evaluation might notice something during a pre-submission or submission. We have informants, so we have confidential informants. We have the Office of Criminal Investigation, which is our criminal investigation side. We have the users, it could be the physicians, it could be the patients. And we have our district offices. So I'm talking about what happens at the center level, but the district offices also have their own complaint investigators and complaint systems. So when complaints are received within CDRH Office of Compliance, they go to a branch called the Allegations of Regulatory Misconduct branch, which is in one of my sister divisions, the Division of Analysis and Program Operations. And you'll see there's a list of categories that we put complaints into. And so while FDA is not a manufacturer, FDA does not operate under 820, we do have a complaint system too. I mean, we categorize complaints just like we were talking about this morning, because we trend complaints and we take actions. And so you can see some of the categories. And here's sort of a breakdown of the categories. It ranges from, you'll see a fairly large chunk for unapproved devices. So this is mostly competitors bringing to attention their opinion that one of their competitors' devices is unapproved or uncleared. And we have promotion and advertising, so off-label promotion is a fairly large chunk, as is quality system and manufacturing. You'll see fraud, counterfeit, and criminal are fairly small sections. So we have a standardized process. This happens in the Division of Analysis and Program Operations. This is the intake. There's a triaging, because much like you, we don't want to investigate every complaint as being equally important. And it's trended. And so once that happens in that intake unit, then it's provided to compliance officers within the Office of Compliance for evaluation. Finally, the outcome is tracked and analyzed. Here you have the final results. And this is a couple years old. I borrowed this slide, so I didn't put a year date on it. But you'll see that fully half of the complaints that come in, we decide don't require immediate action. They're either monitored, which means we say there might be something, but there's not enough for us to take action on. They're archived. We don't feel that immediate action is needed, but we do want to have it available for reference for future use. We resolve it, so we reach out to the manufacturers and resolve the issue. Or the remainder is actions that we might take, things like notification letters, warning letters, referring to districts,